set. It is 4:10. I'd like to call this Bay County Board of Commissioners meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Krieger.
Yes.
Beget.
Here.
Konen.
Here.
Eric.
Here.
Ryder.
Here.
Lutz.
Here.
Chair Durancheck.
Here.
All members present.
Thank you. Please rise for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Heavenly Father, we come before you this afternoon, thanking you for the guidance and understanding that you have given this Board of Commissioners. Lord, we ask again today for your help and direction, so this board may make the fair and proper decisions for all citizens of Bay County. In your holy name we ask this. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of 4:9 of 19. Let me finish, please. And 5:7 of 19.
So moved.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Citizen input. Anyone out here in this? Yes, ma'am. Step forward, just state your name and
Good afternoon. I'm Katie Sperling, and I just wanted to come today to introduce myself. I am the acting director over at the Department of Health and Human Services, replacing Kim Bijek, who retired on April 1st. So if there's any concerns or anything related to the department, please reach out to me, and I can address them as things come up. Okay.
very good.
Thank you.
Anyone else step forward, please? State your name.
Hi, Chuck Broya. I live over on Bay Road in Bangor Township. First of all, I'd like to thank the commission. If you remember, I was here early in the spring working on the ice fishing, hot pond, warm water discharge situation. I got a proclamation from a variety of folks, but unfortunately, you probably all heard as consumers is going to close the 2 coal plants. So that's bad for the community. I hope that wasn't my fault, but I doubt if it was. But yeah, but the issue related to the warm water discharge with that change is going to be significantly reduced from a major problem to a minor problem. So I'll keep an eye on it. Anything changes, I'll try and update everybody as much as I can. But our big plan going forward is kind of gone downhill, so we don't have to worry about that. Hopefully everybody be nice and safe. We'll continue the awareness portion of it. Just make sure everybody knows it's still there for the next few years anyway. So, but the next thing I'm here for is I want to hopefully make you guys some more money. And I'm talking about the golf course. I keep hearing that the golf course doesn't make any money. And there's been some ideas bouncing around for the last few years, some formal, some informal. But it doesn't seem like any of them have been implemented. So I want to kind of make them formal from here. There's 5 different things that our leagues have talked about and my in-laws have talked about. And we all play golf. We all want to use the county course as much as possible. But the 5 things is you need a seniors ladies tee or at least a shorters ladies tee that also could be used as a youth tee box to get some younger kids out there. A system to show the pin location on the green front, middle, back. We've been talking about this forever. Improve the white tee boxes. They're all beat up. They're flat, or not flat. Some of them are out of shape anyway. And one thing that might be helpful is some handicap flags during the cart path only. There's a lot of leagues out there that have old farts like me that play, and a lot of guys have trouble getting around. So in those situations, they have to play, but they really can't. And they'd be courteous with the carts, so that's just something to look at if there's a way we could do that. And then the last thing is, the golf's supposed to be fun and not overly complicated for most of us duffers, but if we could trim some of the pine trees up a little bit higher, they've done a good job on some of the holes, but a little bit more of that would be helpful. But I want to go back to the seniors ladies tees or their youth tees. My wife and I like to play golf on Fridays or Sundays, and a lot of our relatives do too, but they never want to go to the county because it's too long. They want to go to White Birch, or they want, not White Birch, but Twin Oaks or Maple Leaf. it's a lot fairer course for females and particularly the seniors. Because if you look at it, you got the senior guys and the senior ladies teeing off on the same spot. And we're not talking about putting a whole new tee box in. You can move it out on the fairway, put some tee markers out there. And I know we suggested to the girls, oh, just go ahead and move up. Well, they don't feel comfortable doing that because it's not marked, it's not appropriate. You know, you could get it on the scorecards eventually, start advertising. I think you get a lot more couples playing, a lot more ladies playing. And an example is there's, I think, 3 or 4 ladies leagues at the county. There's 8 or 9 at Maple Leaf, and there's 14 or 15 at Twin Oaks. The yardage at Maple Leaf, Twin Oaks, averages around 2,100, a little over 2,100 yards for 9 holes. At the county, it's 2,600 yards. That's basically like playing another hole, but the par is the same. So you can understand why a lot of young people, a lot of females don't want to go out there. They're just, and you're losing a lot of money because my family's large and we golf a lot. But anyway, that's another thing. The pin location is something that's been going around for years. That's real simple. Red, white, and blue flags for front, middle, back. Doesn't cost you a dime, but for some reason, this has been going on for 3 or 4 years, and it just doesn't happen. The white tee boxes, again, that might cost a little bit of money, but sometimes you got to spend a little money to make a little bit of money. Handicap flags, again, that's a tricky one, but it's something to consider. And trimming the pine trees is going to cost you any money either. You know, that way you get a little fair chance, and you know, the ball might roll through, or you might not lose the ball, or whatever the case may be. So I guess that's about all I have to say. The duffers like myself would appreciate anything you can do to make it easier, and if we can improve play out there and get in some more money, that'd be great.
Thank you. Kristen, can you get this gentleman's information as far as name and that?
I've got copies here. I can.
Okay.
I think I got 8 or 10 copies
So
in there.
that you can, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I am Kristen Geniak, the Director of Recreation and Facilities, and I think we've met before on because you have signs out at Pinconning Park. But I did want to tell you that I appreciate your suggestions. That is some things that we've been working on. Jeremy, our new green superintendent, you know, has been interested in getting some of these things done, and, you know, we can implement a lot of them. And so we've made a lot of improvements at the course for those that don't get out there very often over the last couple of years, and we're going to keep trying to improve because it's important for us to not only make money but also have a wonderful recreational facility for our citizens to use.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, you know, the county course is a lot nicer than these other courses I mentioned. Most of the people would rather go there than go out to the other place. Matter of fact, a lot of my relatives live in Munger. They almost drive right past the county and go all the way to Twin Oaks or out to Maple Leaf, you know, to play. So, and I appreciate the work that's being done out there. For a county course, it is one of the nicer ones around. So that's great. They do a good job. Give them all a raise.
Mr. Barsha?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Chuck, thanks a lot for your suggestions. We are already working on several of your suggestions, but we're always open to any suggestions for improvement. So I specifically work with Alice Kowski and a lot of the leagues out there to, you know, find out what their recommendations are. For example, you'll notice that huge brush pile from 30, 40 years. We burned that this fall.
Yeah.
We just put a new coats of paint on the 2 buildings. The clubhouse, which was in pretty bad shape a couple of years ago, that we sort of lucked out. We got a pipe had burst, and so MMRMA, our insurer, or self-insurer, is spending about $40,000, I think $10,000 cleaning it up. It's already cleaned up, and then basically remodeling the entire clubhouse, and then we'll get stains, got a new roof, we get stains on that. Also, we've heard new ball washers would be a nice improvement. But I think, and I did talk with Jeremy and Dan about the tee boxes and getting those, you know, improved. And your suggestion on having either a movable or a couple of sets so that either a younger golfer or, you know, maybe even a senior citizen or a lady that would prefer to be a little closer, we can accommodate that. And so we'll talk with Jeremy to see what we can do on that end. And so we're kind of proud of the progress we've made. You know, the golf carts are much improved over the last few years.
Definitely.
So yeah, it's an incremental work, you know, in progress. But as resources become available, we just try to make improvements. And Chuck, I would mention, and our commissioners know this, but the golf course is a separate entity. the only money that is invested in the golf course are golfers' receipts. So the golf course, Bay County Golf Course gets no general fund money. We're trying to manage it better. And a few years ago, I remember the shrubs were about 6-7 feet tall. I remember on the clubhouse, and we got those down.
Yeah.
Right, Kristen? So we're making progress, but anytime you have suggestions, by all means, Chuck, get in touch with us, or Jeremy, or, Kristen, or Dan, and we'll follow up, and we just want to keep seeing those improvements happen, and we want as many people to use that golf course as we can, because a lot of people do care passionately about that specific golf course, and they're very loyal to league folks.
Unfortunately, I've been around since the trees were that big, when they first went out there. Yeah, thank you. I did break a couple when I was younger. But anyway, thank you very much, appreciate it.
Thank you for your input. Anyone else for citizen? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chris Pinter, representing Bay Internet Community Mental Health, and I just had 2 comments. I wanted to encourage the commissioners. They have 2 resolutions toward the end of the agenda today that I think they should support. The one is replacing the Caro Center with a facility, a more modern facility in Caro. I would prefer to have it closer to Bay City, but that's about as close as we're going to get it, considering that it mostly serves the Metro County region, and if they don't build it in Caro, it's probably going to be much farther geographically south and or north than Bay County. So I wanted to just register our support for that. And then second, I saw that the May is Mental Health Month. There's a resolution being considered by the commission today. I think it's important that the counties continue to support raising awareness of mental illness and addictive disorders in our communities. And I think Bay County in particular, as one of the first 9 counties in 1963 to form a county mental health program, has always been in the forefront of raising the awareness about mental health and mental health issues. So I just wanted to encourage you to consider passing that.
On today's agenda, we have Resolution 2019-110 brought forward by Commissioner Krieger and Commissioner Ryder. I would entertain at this time a motion.
So moved.
Motion and support. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Ernie and Tom, we have a resolution for you. Present to Mr. Pitts.
If we could get the clerk to read the resolution, that'd be great.
Resolution 2019-110 by the Bay County Board of Commissioners recognizing May as Mental Health Awareness Month. By Ernie Krieger and Tom Ryder, County Commissioners, whereas the month of May has been designated as Mental Health Awareness Month by Mental Health for America and its affiliates since 1949. Whereas tens of thousands of Michigan citizens are affected with a diagnosable mental, behavioral, or emotional disorder at any given moment. Services under the Mental Health Code include assistance for conditions such as anxiety disorders, schizophrenia, eating disorders, and depression, and for addictive behaviors. Whereas the people of Michigan who are living with a mental health illness or addiction continue to require support and professional assistance in order to improve their quality of living and return to an independent, healthy, and fulfilling life. Whereas in any given year, 336,000 adults in Michigan will have a serious mental illness, and 56% of these adults will receive no treatment for their illness. Whereas mental illness can affect anyone, regardless of age. In our state, 84,000 adolescents will experience a major depressive episode a year. Whereas there are 526,000 adults who experience heavy alcohol abuse in any given month, and 205,000 individuals from the ages of 12 or older who will experience an illicit drug dependence a year. Further, 91% of adults with heavy alcohol abuse and 81% of individuals with an illicit drug dependence will forego treatment for their addiction. Whereas by ignoring the illness of our fellow citizens, it will only further stigmatize those who suffer from a mental, behavioral, or emotional disorder. If we leave those members behind, it will only harm our community. Whereas Michigan and the United States need to continue to reduce the stigmatization of mental illness and lend our support to those who are living with mental health disorders. and addiction so they can seek professional assistance. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Bay County Board of Commissioners recognize May 2019 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Bay County. Signed, Ernie Krieger, Tom Ryder, County Commissioners.
So Tom, Chris?
That's nice.
Read up here, Mr. Clerk.
Oh, you're conscripting me, okay.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. You know, this goes all the way back to 1963. I think Mr. Barsha had dark hair back then and was actively involved. I mean, I think it shows a lot on how committed Bay County is to dealing with Bay County residents and mental health issues that we have, be it opioids or alcohol. So though it's just a resolution and it's a piece of paper, it certainly means a whole lot to Bay County that we continue to address the issues and work with our residents. Tom?
That's good.
Chris?
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Moving forward on presentations, Ideal Party Store, recognition of 85th anniversary. Resolution 2019-93, sponsored by Commissioners Krieger, Coonan, and Herrick. Entertain a motion to approve.
Support.
Motion support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. If you three would like to, is there someone here from IDEA? And Madam, would you please read?
Sure. Resolution 2019-93 of the Bay County Board of Commissioners whereas the Bay County Board of Commissioners and the Bay County Executive wish to take this opportunity to congratulate the Creed family on the occasion of their 85th year in business, an outstanding milestone. And whereas on May 24, 1934, Roy A. and Julia LaRock Creed opened the Ideal Party Store after the repeal of Prohibition, and the business slowly turned into a booming success through World War II. And in 1976, Roy J. Creed expanded the business on Johnson Street, doubling the size of the original store. And whereas in 1997, the Creed family opened Shamrock Dairy Bar right next door to Ideal Party Store, which sells a variety of delicious ice cream, and as a result, their product selection dramatically expanded. And whereas in 2010, Ideal Party Store opened their West Side location in response to customer demand for a more convenient location for West Side residents, and with its rapid growth has become the largest independent beverage store in mid-Michigan. And whereas Ideal Party Store is a niche store that offers a large selection of liquor, beer, and wine than anywhere else in the region. It has been voted the #1 store for beer, wine, and liquor selection in the Bay City Times 5-Star Favorites competition each year since the competition started nearly 10 years ago. Whereas the Ideal Party stores are still family-owned and operated, with third-generation family members managing the business and fourth-generation family members working in the stores. And whereas part of the Ideal Party store success story can be attributed to the emphasis on great customer service and creating a good work environment for its employees, many of whom have been long-term employees, including 2 over 30-year employees. Whereas the Creed family since 1934 has been committed to serving the Bay County community, and part of that commitment is support for other locally owned businesses within the Bay County community. Therefore, be it resolved that the Bay County Board of Commissioners and the Bay County Executive applaud and congratulate the Creed family on their 85th anniversary, 1934 through 2019, and offer best wishes for future growth and continued success. Michael Durancheck, Chair and Board.
Kim.
I want to thank everyone, commissioners, for this award. 85 years, awful long time. My dad likes to point out that he's been here for all of those years. He was a year and a half old when my grandparents started the business. Proud to say that my son, who's named after Jay, is learning the business and is going to keep it going. So, excuse me, it's a family trait that we get choked up. But, he started it. Yeah, he started. But no, we're very proud to be part of this community and always have been. And this is home, and we like to support the community and things. This community supports us, and we like to support the community back. So it's very important for us to give back to the community, and so we thank you very much for recognizing us for being part of this community for so long. Thank you.
I have a footnote. I'll get there. We're the oldest party store in the state of Michigan. Continuous family ownership, right down the line, down to the 4th generation. And I think that's quite an accomplishment.
Jerry, I just want to say I'm glad you gave your dad some time off this afternoon to come down here.
Well, I must say, even though I'm from Pinconning, I have to go over there to get my certain liquor the Godiva stuff that my wife likes, because you folks are the only one. And an attorney right across the street from you also kind of brings in some special Stroh rum too. So, and you guys have that. So it's amazing that no one else has that in the whole state. So good job. Thank you.
Have a little bit.
Yep.
Thank you again for all of your support.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Mr. Barsha.
Yeah, I'd like to get my 2 cents worth in as well. My friends Jerry and Jay Crete, you've been part of this community all of my adult life and the family way before then. And I want to thank you not only, as the chairman just mentioned and the others who spoke, not only do you have probably an incredible, probably one of the largest selections of adult beverages and liquors and product that people just love, but you truly have made Bay City and Bay County a destination for people throughout the region who come to Ideal Party Store, both of them, to purchase their unique beverages that they like. And I'm always amazed when we go into your stores, the inventory that you have, the incredible inventory. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it anywhere. So congratulations on 85 years. Here's to another 85 years.
That's the goal. That's the goal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Next, we have Region 7, Area on Aging, an agency update by Mr. Bob Brown, Executive Director. Motion to receive would be in order.
So moved.
All those in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Mr. Brown.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for allotting me this time, and to this honorable body, administration, Madam Clerk, Treasurer. As it was announced, I'm Bob Brown. I'm the Executive Director of the Region 7 Area Agency on Aging right down here on Euclid, located in Bay City and Bay County. I'm here today because, one, I can't advertise where we're at, so this is one way to get the word out, because I am a 501c3 and I run a lot of federal and state programs which I have to direct and pass through directly to agencies such as Beth Urick's group with the Bay County Department of Aging, and we work with them. A lot of people ask me what an area agency on aging is. I'll briefly explain to you. We help and work with those folks that are delivering meals and helping seniors and disabled veterans in their community. And one of our main goals is also to keep folks in their homes and out of institutions. So we run what's called a My Choice Waiver Program, which is a home and community-based service program. And we have 900 clients. I'm going to hand out a report. I want to say that I'm governed by 10 counties and 1 city community, and those representatives sit on my board of directors. So I like to keep them aware, fiduciary, and audit and give them their report. But my board and myself think it's very important to reach out to the governing bodies that govern my board, which is this body. So with that, you make an investment, and I will get to that in a minute, but we are working very hard, and on your behalf, we're doing many new things, like we've just hired a doctor and a pharmacist to help our clients in their home. We are doing telehealth now. We just gave your group more money, and we're looking to give you additional money this year, aren't we, Beth? And also, as I turn around, I see you make my appointments to my board, so I should recognize my treasurer, Pat Beeson, who's on my board of directors, and Mel McNally on my advisory council. And both boards on our body are very important because the advisory council approves my plan. So the board of governors have nothing to do until the advisory council approves my plan. And then the board of governors have to allot the money to finance me. Our certification comes from the Older Americans Act on the federal level and the Older Michiganians Act on the local state level. You have 16 area agencies on aging. Region 7 is in 10 counties, and it's called the Planning Service Area, and that's who we work with. So with further ado, I'd like to give the financial report that's in those nice little blue books I gave you. So I think you'll find this amazing. Because a lot of people will say, well, why are you supporting this agency? And you have to give an accounting and an explanation. And you do honor a local match to my agency of $6,539. And based on services of direct money, which is in the amounts of hundreds of thousands of dollars directly to Beth's department, but even more so those clients that we serve directly and with purchase services. So you'll see things on here like congregate meals, home delivered meals. So even you have a senior millage, you fund maybe 2/3 of the meals, Beth, I think, approximately? We subsidize the other third. So we reach out. So your investment, though, from my agency returns to Bay County residents $6,700,000 and some odd change. It's the best match program in the nation today still. You cannot beat this. And we serve over 4,400 citizens in Bay County, and we're giving them even more enhanced services, and we deliver those services in the home. So that's my report. I'm more than willing to answer any questions. I invite you all to come over and visit us at 1615 Euclid. If you want more information and learn more about us, I appreciate that Jim Barsha did visit us and find out about our information and assistance and a lot of other programs that we run. And I'd be amiss, so I talked about the waiver and the in-home care. We also give information and we save. So how many of you know about Medicare and the annual enrollment and trying to navigate that system for yourself or somebody else? Yeah, I'm there too now. I'm one of my own clients. So anyways, we have what we call Medicare, Medicaid Assistant Program counselors. And once a year, we really try and help people in the open enrollment as well as through the year as they become eligible for Medicare and or Medicaid. We help with, in fact, you'll see me, I don't even know her name yet, but got the department's business card right away because they approve our Medicaid applications, the lady that was first. And so it's very important that we get people qualified for the Medicaid. But if you have questions about Medicare, call us We'll help you navigate it. We won't tell you which plan to choose or what item to choose, but we'll show you we'll narrow your alternatives down to the best based on a formulary from the government. We are truly unbiased. We have no agreements with insurance companies, or the other one is the pharmacies are all trying to guide you. Obviously, they're guiding you to their products. Our product is you. And I'll leave it with that. Thank you.
Mr. McGee.
Just navigated the system for my 95-year-old mother. And actually DHHS helped quite a bit. I only had to make one phone call. I only found held for about half an hour, so pretty quick. So.
Well, we worked with Beth's group
Did most
on
of it
that
online.
program.
Most of it was online, so that was a lot easier than having to go in and.
We train some of Beth's folks to do that. They're volunteer. I don't want to say volunteer. You use the right term, but yes, thank you.
Mr. Barsha?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Bob for the update to the board and to all of us, and say that I did appreciate the tour and updating all the new innovation that we're seeing, and particularly in delivery of services to our retired and senior population. And I know that I just want to thank you for what you're doing on PACE, also to extend even more services to our area. And, Bob brought experience as a Michigan legislator in the State House of Representatives with him, and doing a great job getting out and about, engaging with the community, and we appreciate the job that you and the staff are doing, and also how closely you're working with. We're very proud of our Department on Aging, and Beth is here, and the dedicated staff. Thanks for always collaborating and cooperating with them to resolve issues. I know Medicaid waivers and other things that have come up in the past. We appreciate your help.
It's all about your citizens and our clients. Absolutely. Thanks for the kind words.
Anyone else? Thank you very much, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
Next, excuse me, on the agenda, we have update on the building project by Ruth McAlpine, Mike Rogelski, Gary Phillips, and Maureen McKenzie at the Bay Medical Care Facility.
Good afternoon. You notice the rest of them are sitting there and putting me right on the firing line, and that's okay. I'm Ruth McAlpine. I'm the administrator at Bay County Medical Care Facility. I've been there since 2010. I just want to give a shout out real quick to Commissioner Begat. He is on the steering committee for the health and the National Association of Counties, and he has been a great help for us with the nursing home field. I said a lot of good words, and we're going to Vegas this year, so hopefully we can continue on that fight. I'm going to give you a presentation, kind of where we were, where we are, and where we're going, and then I'll fill in the points before that. This project started in 2012. We broke ground. 2017, I'm sorry. We started the actual discussion on this project in 2012. One of the previous administrators, that was her goal, was to bring some more private rooms into the facility. As you all know, if you ever have someone in a nursing home, there's nothing worse than coming into a home that you have to share a room with someone that maybe have behavior issues or has some heavy-duty medical issues. So we try to make it more home-like, get rid of that institutional field. So that's how it started. And that's what we were going to do. There were 8 possibilities of making 8 private rooms, which wasn't going to be a whole lot, but at least that was a start. So we talked and talked and talked, and finally, in about 2015, I convinced the board that we can move ahead and do this, because part of the issue was, how are you going to raise revenue? You're not adding any more beds, so how can you raise revenue if you want to do this big building project? Well, 2 things. First of all, Bay County is overbedded by about 83 beds, so there was no beds for us to gather. Second of all, I explained to them that if we didn't get private rooms, our census was going to drop, because that is what people want. They want their own room. They don't want to come into a home and have to share a room with someone. So battled that out, got drawings, did all that, finally broke ground in 2017. The project started as a $1 million project, because we were just going to do some rooms. Then we discussed doing the dining rooms, because everybody out there wants enhanced dining. That's the new way to go with nursing homes, so we added that to our project. And before we know it, we did a geothermal field, which maybe Gary can give you insight to that. We made room not only for what we have now with our 70 wells, but we got room to progress that and put more of our facility onto the geothermal wells. So that said and done, it raised it to about $7.9 million. So we finally started to get started. And as we got started, the 2004 edition wasn't too bad, but as we started getting into some of the other things, we had found out that none of the windows in the facility were insulated. Every one of them was put into just the brick block. So if any of you had been in there, have a loved one in there, they always complained how cold it was. You'd put bath blankets, anything you could around the window, but it wasn't the problem. So that got added to our project. So we're currently changing all the windows. We're doing all the insulation in that. We also did some capital improvement money we had put away. And our thought was, since we're tearing down this wall, and part of our capital improvement was to add on to this in the future, let's do it now when the wall's tore down. So I want to say, and Mike can correct me on that, we probably added about $1 million, or if not, a little over $1 million in capital improvement. $2.5 million to from our capital improvement budget to our current budget. All the money has come from the facility. It had come from previous administrators that tried very hard to be frugal, continues to be with our staff, very frugal with taxpayers' dollars and income that we get from our residents. So far, we've been able to do that. Now, as the project continues on, it looks like our end date, which was supposed to be June of this year, in December of this year, is now probably going to move to 2020, December of 2020. Again, they ran into things, we're running into things with old piping, corroded piping, leaks. It's 1960s, and it was never meant to probably to last this long. So we've got a lot of issues we're dealing with. It's cost a lot of money, and we're moving on with that. So today, that's where we are. We are still a year and a half out. It's going to include a lot of landscaping. We're putting in a new dietary grease trap. We're helping the township because we are going to have our own collection basket out front to collect things before they have to go into the township's baskets. Just doing a lot of updates with the project that we had to do. And again, we're trying to get away from the nursing home, try to make it more, not so much institutionalized, not so much long-term care, more of a rehab center, or yet a home for someone that has no home to go to and has medical issues that can't be taken care of outside our facility. So.
Commissioner Krieger.
So the final projection on what the total cost at this point is?
20 million and 21.5? 21.5. That's with contingencies included in that.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
And anytime anybody wants to come out and view it, please do. I mean, you'll see the improvements that we've made.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll entertain a motion to receive. So moved. Support. Motion and support. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Next presentation from Joe Richard, President of the Bay Community Tennis Association. Update on Park Avenue Public Courts and grand opening.
Thank you, Mr. Duranci. Cross the H out of my name there, please. Thank you. I am here simply to say thank you. Our project is opening June 6th. You were one of the first organizations to support us, and we really, really appreciate it. And that's it. We would love to have someone from your group on June 6th there to say a few words. We also are going to have a ceremonial first serve, and we'd love to have someone from your group there. So, thank you.
If we show up, do we get to serve?
I'd love to see you serve, so yes.
Okay, I got about 30-some years, but
Those
it's been 30-some years ago.
Those pinconning guys never lose it.
No, that's right. Motion to receive it being ordered. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Next, we have MSU Extension Program Update. MSU, it's your go. Go green.
Hello, everyone. I'm Holly Julian. I am the Bay County 4-H Program Coordinator here. I'm just giving you a brief update of what I've been doing over the last year or so, I think, since the last time we spoke. I'm continuing my partnerships with a few local elementary schools. We go into Hampton Elementary and we program to the second graders there. We talk about fractions, plant science, anything to do to help the teachers introduce the next curriculum into the school. We also go to McGregor. We do family engagements nights. We do science and literacy there. We bring 15 science experiments to McGregor for the evening, and the families come and enjoy dinner, and they do the science experiments and do a whole fun bunch of things. And then for literacy, we bring like 10 to 12 literacy activities that families can take home with them and help their kids with literacy at home. I also do programming at Handy Middle School. I go every Monday after school and program STEAM with these kids. Actually, yesterday I was just there, and I took a chicken and a rabbit and did education on how to raise chickens and rabbits at home. And a lot of the kids don't get to see that, so it was a really enjoyable time for me. And also, every Thursday, I go to the juvenile home here, and we do programming from money management to financial literacy, interviewing skills, helping them learn how to fill out a job application. And we're actually going to start our chicken project is our Harvest for All. And the youth out there will raise 10 meat birds, and they will be picked up and be processed and then donated to our Good Samaritan. I almost forgot. And also, we started a new partnership with the Bay Area Community High School. It's over there on Langstaff, and we just did what is called Mad City Money, where kids come. We had over 20 youth participate, and they come and get real-life scenarios on a job and if they have a family. And they go to 8 different merchants and figure out if they can stay within their budget for their month. And some succeeded, some did not, some overspent. So then they go to the credit union or bank and try to figure out what they can do to manage their money better. Over the last few months from January to April, we had our archery program, and we partner with the Bay City Bowman's Club out in Cucaulin. And we had over 50 youth participate this year, and we're going to have over 10 youth go to the state shoot this year. That'll be in Battle Creek. And also tonight, first, we are doing our Cloverbud Camp again this year. It's the last week in June. It's from June 24th through 27th. So if you see 20 little youngsters running around, they probably belong to me. So we'll be doing fun things. We always go to Painterly Pottery. We'll probably go to the planetarium and a few other field trips. And so lastly, our Horse Council here in Bay County, they're hosting a chicken dinner for a fundraiser to help with barn improvements. It'll be over at the Uptown Grill. It's $12 from 5:30 to 8. So if anyone's hungry after the commissioners meeting, feel free to stop by. I'll be there all night helping and supporting them. So that's my presentation.
Anyone have any questions for Holly?
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. I'm Beth Dow. I'm with Michigan State University Extension. I am the Tech Wizard Coordinator for Bay County. Tech Wizard's a group that mentors and matches youth with committed adult mentors and focuses on science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM. With the help of our current partners, which is the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention and the National 4-H Council, our Tech Wizards mentor relationships that impact and enhance the lives of a lot of kids in Bay County. Currently, there are 32 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders at Washington Elementary School that are enrolled in our program. There are 20 youth ages 5 through 12 enrolled at the YMCA's after-school program. Last year, I had over 40 Handy Middle School students, and we worked with the Michigan Sea Grant program. We learned about extreme weather, ecological, environmental, and economic effect in this county. We also learned about aviation, electricity, chemistry, and physics. Bay County Community Center Summer Day Camp. They reached out to us for STEM programming. We will be doing that again with them this summer. We had over 100 campers at the Bay County Community Center. And over 50 campers at the Bay Area Family Y past summer. And this summer, we're going to partner again with Community Center, the Dow Family Y, and we're going to be adding programming at the Boys and Girls Club and at Trinity Lutheran School. Tech Wizards is a mentoring program that hopefully will teach out-of-the-box thinkers and generate new inventions in the future. And one of the reasons this program came to be was because there are a whole lot of young girls out there who are not involved with any kind of STEM education or involved in any kind of STEM employment, and this has really inspired a lot of our kiddos. So we appreciate very much your support, and we thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the update. Any questions or anything from the commissioners? I guess not. We're good to go. Thank you. Hearing that, I would entertain a motion to receive.
So moved.
Support. We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item B, City of Bay City, application for an obsolete property rehabilitation exemption district. Ryan Thompson, 512 Columbus, for $18,000. Motion to receive would be in order.
So moved. Support.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We're down to reports and resolutions, Ways and Means. Chairman Tom Herrick.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I bring for you today resolution number 2019-94, opposition to the 2020 Education Federal Budget Proposal. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. Commissioner Kuda.
I did speak on this last week, and I just want to speak again in opposition to the proposed budget that would reduce federal funding for public schools. And in many instances, as we listened to the previous speaker talk about the STEM education, eliminating funding is, for many folks, public education is the only way for them to lift themselves out of poverty and to achieve the American dream. So cutting funding for public education is something that anybody that supports public education should not, be in opposition to these cuts. And I think some of the money is being diverted from public education to charter schools. And I don't think, and we've seen locally just how well that works. And there's less oversee the dollars being funded to these charter schools. So I would hope that we would send a message to the folks in Washington to let them know that we don't support any cuts to public funding for education, and hopefully this will have some impact on their final decision for funding education.
Any other comments? Commissioner Pickett.
I'll be voting against also. I support public education. My sister is a teacher. My daughter-in-law is a teacher. I think there's some programs that are good, some programs that are bad. And I think every year you need to look at the programs and see which ones are working and which ones aren't. So that's probably what they're doing at the federal level right now, looking at the good ones, weeding out the bad ones, so it might result in a cut in funding for the bad ones, which hopefully they'll find out which ones are. So I'll be voting against.
Any other comments? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion is carried.
I bring before you resolution number 2019-95, amendment to Bay County 457 Plan 457 Board composition. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried.
Resolution number 2019-96, the reclassification of position. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried.
Resolution number 2019-97, renewal of Blue Cross Blue Shield contract for inmate service. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Resolution number 2019-98, Homeland Security Grant. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Resolution number 2019-99, Homeland Security Grant, Operation Stone Garden Grant. I move that resolution.
Support.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion is carried.
Resolution number 2019-100, renewal of Victims of Crimes Act grant agreement. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Resolution number 2019-101, renewal of Crime Victim Rights Grant Agreement. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Resolution number 2019-102, the letter of intent for Region 70 Area Agency on Aging for 2019-2020 grant funding. I move that resolution.
Support.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Resolution number 2019-103, memorandum of understanding with Region 7 AAA for Michigan Medicare Medicaid Assistance Program. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Resolution number 2019-104, payables in general and bayonet. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
And resolution number 2019-105, the 2019 MSU Extension Agreement. I move that resolution.
Support.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
That is all from the Ways and Means Committee, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Personnel and Human Services. Tom Ryder, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have Resolution 2019-106, acceptance of the Schweers donation to the Department of Aging. I will move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Resolution 2019-107, new positions in Department on Aging and vacancies in the juvenile home. I will move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
That's all we have for you today, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next, we have from the Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Lutz, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Today I bring the Resolution 2019-108. It's the reports from the County Executive. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Next, under Commissioner Resolutions, I bring Resolution 2019-109. It's a support for the construction of the 200-bed addition to the Carroll Center, sponsored by Commissioner Vaughn DeGick, 3rd District. I move that resolution.
Support.
We have motion and support. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
And that's all I have for Commissioners, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner. Reports of the county officials and departments. Mr. Barsha.
Yep, thank you, Mr. Chair. I would just have a couple of things I'd like to mention, and I know Beth could speak better than I, but within a short period of time, starting May 27th, the Olympic Games hosted by the Bay County Department on Aging will be taking place through June 14th. And it's no longer Senior Olympics, it's Olympic Games 2019, correct, Beth? So a lot of volunteers, a lot of people help. It's a great event, and if those of you who haven't done it before, show up. You can help present medals to the outstanding athletes that scored in the top 3 in their division. The other thing is Vaughn and I belong to the Bay City Lions Club, and the president this year indicated that she would like to help Bay County Animal Shelter and also the leader dogs for the blind, correct, Vaughn? And they will be hosting a Paw Palooza at the Bay County Fairgrounds next to Animal Control this Saturday from 10 until 2. And if any of you can stop out and see them, we just got a new influx of beautiful dogs in, and we've got always plenty of cats. So hopefully there'll be some animals adopted out at, I think, $18 or $28 a piece, so it'll be a substantial savings. Those dogs and cats will be spayed, neutered, and vaccinated. So it's a good deal. Hopefully spread the word and raise some money for some good projects and causes, and hopefully a good turnout. Right on. Sandy Sting, she made this one of her top priorities of her presidential term with Bay City Lions, so which is winding up. Thank you.
Thank you. Unfinished business. New business. Miscellaneous. Commissioner Krieger.
Yep. Even though it's miscellaneous and it would fall under announcements, just a reminder that June 29th is coming up, and that's our beach wellness out at the Bay City State Recreation Area, which is now known as Bay City State Park. So you can sign up online. Kim, if you want to give our email address.
runsignup.com, and we're getting quite a number of folks signing up electronically. More people are doing that, and we're getting some donations too, contributions. SOS, $1,500, and we got a check today from Independent Bank as well. So we've had a lot of support throughout the community from various sponsors who understand the value of that resource out there. And we're going to continue to work on it until everybody gets an opportunity to enjoy the water.
Yep. And let me also mention that the spray park will be opening up Memorial Weekend. So hopefully Mother Nature's going to give us some sunshine without a northeast wind, and the kids will enjoy the spray park. So thank you.
Commissioner McGee.
Memorial Day is the 27th, Monday. There'll be a lot of activities around the area, so they'll be in the paper, so hopefully a lot of people come out, support the veterans.
We're even bringing back Pinconning on Memorial Day. Person up there is taking care of that, which is great. Anyone else for announcements? I have a couple. Thursday, our Rotary group from Pinconning is doing, and along with Kayak Bob up there, we're doing a beach cleanup, and we're getting in kayaks and picking up stuff along the whole shoreline as far as Kayak Bob and the crew will go. So that's a pretty good thing. We've been taking, I think we were up to about 11 groups of fourth graders through the county park, and it was wet. I mean, one day with the northeast wind, we had a foot of water or so, but that didn't dampen these kids. They went. We also had a very enjoyable morning with the Department of Aging. I want to tell you folks, this was really something. These folks come out there with a couple of them were with canes and walkers, and they were troopers. So I asked one lady there, because she said she was 86 and she was with one of them walkers with rollers, and I says, if you need to, stop, this is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles down on the boardwalk, and if you need help or something, we'll stop along the way and somebody will sit with you. Well, that's how come I'm 86, because I'm feisty. So she let us all know that she was feisty, and she was a trooper right out there in front. So we appreciate Krista, make sure the staff, because my God, we had trees down all over, but we at least got the north trail cleared. We have out there at our county park, myself and another birder discovered a brand new eagle's nest. And it's not just under construction. We're thinking it has to have eggs in there or babies, because we've seen a couple of eagles coming and going and stuff. So pretty cool that, in our county park that we have one that you can see. So we're kind of talking, it's in the middle of a marsh, and I've got a couple game cameras, and we're going to try it without spooking anything. We have a professional bird guy in our group, and without spooking them or anything, we'll see if we can't get a camera up there to get some pictures. I think it'd be cool. So good job out there, Kristen, with everything. Other appointments, announcements, appointments in June, Library Board, we got 1 5-year term. October, Land Bank Authority, 1 3-year term. Department of Health and Human Services Board of Directors, 1 3-year term. Board of Canvassers, 2 4-year terms expiring. Appointments are made from lists submitted by the major political parties. In November, Building Authority, 2 6-year terms are expiring. In December, Department on Aging Advisory Committee, 4 2-year terms. Districts 1, 3, 5, and 7. Corporation Assistant Counsel, are there a need for a closed session?
No, there's not.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn is always in order. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you.